Lego was my first love, a seemingly cliche beginning to any story about falling in love with engineering. But hey, cliches exist for a reason. I vividly recall begging my parents to buy me Lego sets in primary school, and then I'd spend hours painstakingly building the model step by step so that it looked just like the picture on the box. As time progressed, my yearning for more intricate projects was developed. This led me to a whole new world, the world of robotics, specifically FRC, the first robotics competition. My introduction to FRC was in grade 9 amid the COVID 19 pandemic. I was immediately captivated by every aspect of it. Originating in the United States, FRC is rapidly gaining popularity worldwide. So I decided to join a community team called R Factor here in Mumbai. This marked my first foray into working with metal, live wires, machinery, and robotics at such a large scale. Upon my initial visit to the workshop just after the lockdown in 2021, the team was in the midst of dismantling the previous season's robot. I was handed an Allen key, assigned a mechanism, and that's all it took for me to become hooked. As I walked in, I was dismissed as a naive ninth grader, but the workshop quickly became my second home. Often, I would have to do the menial tasks of organizing the space, sorting through bins of parts, and filing 4 centimeters of hex shafts. If you've ever had to do that, you know just how annoying that is. The constant hum of drill machines, chatter of my teammates, and clacking of keys set the backdrop for my venture into robotics. While I was officially a part of the control systems sub-team, I volunteered to help with mechanicals. Initially because the team was always behind schedule, but then later because I discovered I had a genuine liking for it. The satisfaction of witnessing machinery run smoothly made all the hard work worthwhile, even after having to endure the unpleasant task of greasing a gearbox, which to date remains the most disgusting thing I've ever done. Most FRC teams have over 25 members working on various aspects. There's the CAD team, the mechanical team, programming team, outreach team, and so many more. As you can imagine, a lot of people are required to make these teams run flawlessly. My first season in 2022, my team had 13 members, of whom only 2 were girls. Because of our clashing school schedules, coordinating schedules became a logistical nightmare. We came from 9 different schools all across Mumbai, and most of the days I'd find myself reaching the workshop at 7 p.m., where we'd proceed to work till midnight. Then our parents would call us in quick succession, begging us to come home. We'd buy ourselves time to work till 3, and then we'd go home, wake up at 6 a.m., go to school at 7 a.m., and repeat that over and over again until we were only a week out from the regionals. The way that FRC works is that if you qualify at your regional competition, you get the opportunity to attend the largest and final event of the season, the first championship, amicably known as Champs. In our first year, we won the Engineering Inspiration Award at our regionals in New York and qualified. This was R Factor's 4th consecutive year qualifying, but my first experience with the competition at this level. It was a whole different ball game. It took place in a massive convention center with tens of thousands of people from all over the world and participants participating in first suite of programs for ages 4 to 18. There I met the founder of First, Dean Kamen. That was when I realized that something had to be done. Last season was my second one on R Factor, where I was one of the only 4 returning veterans and the entire female population on the team. By then, I was used to being the loudest in the room, the one who often demanded full attention from everyone else. And being the only girl made people listen even better. While the female to male ratio on the team is a statistic to note, and a terrible one at that, being the only girl on the team was not that big of a deal for me. I definitely felt as included as possible. That season, I graduated from doing the humdrum tasks, and I was promoted to being in charge of most of the programming for the robot. When initially presented with this job, I didn't expect the many difficulties that it brought. If you've ever coded, you know the pain of going line by line through thousands of lines of code, sifting through it for just one small error. So I would spend hours trying to code a single mechanism, only to find my progress lost or our devices malfunctioning, and I'd have to start over and over. In 2023, we decided to mix things up and attended regionals in Turkey instead of the US. In our excitement to have an entirely different regionals experience, we overlooked the language barrier aspect, which posed itself as a challenge our entire time there. Since I was one of the only people programming that year, we found ourselves to be extremely behind schedule. This is one of the reasons why I stress the importance of time management and the division of work to my current team. I found myself writing the code for the robot at the regionals itself. With the drive code not working and no autonomous to speak of, I was on the spot and I had to deliver. I can still feel the adrenaline rush through my body as I typed faster than I've ever had before, my fingers trying to keep up with my mind. Theoretically speaking, it should not have worked, and to this day, I still don't know what I did. As I entered the arena with my drive team, I held my head up high, trying not to give away the immense anxiety I felt on the inside, desperately hoping that I wouldn't let my alliance, but mainly my team, down. The game started. I held my breath as the announcer went, "Drivers, behind the lines, in 3, 2, 1, go," and then breathed a huge sigh of relief as it worked flawlessly on the first go. Once again, R Factor ended up winning the Engineering Inspiration Award as well as the Creativity Award, and we qualified for champs for a 5th time in a row. This was my 2nd year attending, and I felt more accomplished this time around, as I think I played a more crucial role in earning my team these awards. The 2023 championship was even bigger than last, with over 50,000 attendees from 550 or so different countries participating alongside each other. After my last-minute endeavor at regionals, nothing felt too daunting for me, and I was more than ready to jump headfirst into that year's competition. One of my tasks was to make the robot auto-balance on a field element that was like a seesaw, and I used multiple variables at the same time with a very non-traditional approach to solve this problem because of our lack of electronics. My experience at Champs that year was quite different from my first. Last season, I interacted with judges, mentors, and team members from all over the world directly, as opposed to listening to veterans talk to them in my first season. Last season, I was hand-holding the rookies and teaching them the ropes. In 2023, I joined a new school where I met so many people who were passionate and adventurous and loved math, chemistry, and physics. This year, our focus is on the robot. As a rookie team, it is quite difficult to build a robot that is mechanically sound and has elegant programs, as this finesse takes years to master. But I think we have what it takes. One of the things that I'm the most proud of with my team here at OIS is that we are over 40% girls. I've barely ever felt like a girl in STEM, but rather a person in STEM. And much of this can be attributed to the fact that my team members have been very welcoming over the years and did not view me as any less capable because of my gender. So while I understand that this is not the experience of most girls pursuing STEM, I feel that it is important to acknowledge that every time another girl works towards her passion in STEM, it becomes more normalized for those who come after her. And ultimately, our end goal should be for a girl in STEM to be recognized by her achievements and contributions without being defined by a label. Thank you.